Welcome, everybody. I'd like to call to order the March 9th, 2021 Subcommittee on Education and Instruction to order. Madam Secretary, please take the roll.
Representative Dixie, Representative Griffey, Representative Harris, Chairman Haston, Representative Hicks,
Here.
Representative McKenzie,
Here.
Chairman Reagan,
Here.
Representative Warner,
Here.
Representative Weaver, Chairlady Moody,
Here.
Chairman Sapiki.
Here.
Chairman Sapiki, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We're going to get going here to keep everybody on time here. Committee, is there any personal orders of the day? Representative Warner?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have my wife today, Cindy, 30 years ago today. She's been putting up with me that long, and she's a good one.
Good. Welcome to the committee. Hopefully you're going to have a very nice dinner tonight. Let the record show that Representative Griffey has joined us now. Committee, we've got a calendar today. We're going to go out a little bit of order to help one of our chairmen out. We're going to take House Bill 149 by Chairman Zachary. Chairman Zachary, you're up. Have a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. Members, this will look familiar to many of you. This passed unanimously on the House floor last year. Unfortunately, our counterparts in the Senate were not able to get to this bill. This piece of legislation simply requires age-appropriate 9/11 remembrance for each grade on 9/11. And I think it's fitting that we're actually going to be able to pass this year on the 20th anniversary.
Any questions? Question on the bill. Question's been called. Any objection to the question? Seeing none, all those in favor of moving House Bill 149 to full committee, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. Chairman, you're off to full committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee.
How's everybody else? Committee, we are going to roll Chairman Smith, House Bill 480, or Representative Smith, House Bill 487 to the heel, and she just walked in. Representative Smith, you are in the well. Motion and a second.
Second.
You are represented.
Thank you, Chairman and committee. Apologies for a constituent visit that ran long. Let me grab just a second here. Current code, Chairman, with House Bill 487 has sex ed that's limited only essentially to 7 counties. When the original language was written in 2012 and 2015, this was based on age as well as number of pregnancies. And this is simply a cleanup bill that would open up the opportunity for every county to have their own family life curriculum. And this would allow each of the counties to do so, but also have the access to the current code. This is not by any measure changing any standards, not adding any language to those. Is taking what's already in code that says what defines a family life curriculum and just expanding it from about 7 counties that are doing so now, takes the age limitation out, and allows all counties to address teen pregnancies. And with that, sir, I'll be happy to take questions.
Thank you, Representative. Any questions from the committee? Representative Gillespie? No?
McKenzie?
What?
McKenzie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Representative McKenzie, go ahead.
And thank you, Mr. Chair. And that's so. I like what you said. I just want to make sure, not having done all the history, is on the state code. Is it abstinence only, or are there other aspects codified in state code that you're referring to?
Representative Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Representative, there is an all of the above. Family life curriculum is defined already in code, so we're not adding a new element of criteria or criterion that would be taught or not be taught. It does include abstinence, but it is not an abstinence-only provision. Matter of fact, right now in the counties, there are only about 7 counties that have a family life curriculum in place. This, because it's an across-the-board, every county shall, but they would submit their plans to the Department of Education as well as the Board of Education, and use the current code that's there. Again, nothing has changed as far as the criteria or criterion. This is just opening it up, because currently it's limited by age, 15 to 17-year-olds, and we do have 18 and 19-year-old young ladies in high school. And so that's what one of the problematic aspects of how it's currently codified. But thank you for your question, sir.
Representative McKenzie, you good? Any other questions? Seeing none, we're going to take the vote on House Bill 487. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Representative Smith, your bill will move on to full committee. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chairman and committee.
Next up is House Bill 210 by Representative Carringer. Representative Carringer, you're in the well. Properly motioned and seconded. Representative Carringer, you have the microphone.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you to all of the members.
If you want to get settled, take your time.
Yeah, if you excuse me for just a second, it's a little lengthy state government meeting over there, but it was a good one. We still didn't get through the whole agenda, but
They're not as efficient as education.
absolutely, that's why you're head of education.
No.
Representative Sapicki. Okay.
No.
Let's see. Okay. So I'm here today to bring to you all House Bill 210. And I have spoken to most everyone. If I missed you, I'm very sorry if I didn't get around to meeting with you all. But this is about simply requiring the LEAs to publish the curriculum so that it is available for parents and the community members to review it online. If the LEAs should add any changes or whatever at the beginning of each semester, they, right now, I think a lot of the LEAs may already do it, but it is not required of them to put this online. So essentially, it would be like now being able to look through your college courses and all with your children or nieces, nephews, and helping them and deciding what classes to take. We believe that you should be able to have that same opportunity for your students in high school. So this is pretty much what this bill is about, and I think it passed last year. So I'm here to present that and see if we can make that happen.
Thank you, Representative Carringer. Let the record show that Chairman Haston has joined our meeting. Representative Weaver, you have a question? Chair Lady Weaver, you have a question?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chairman. And thank you, Representative Carringer, for bringing this. As one who is very focused on content, what our kids are reading in our classrooms, what the teachers are teaching, and a mother, a parent, a grandparent wants to know what little Johnny is reading, no matter what grade level it is. I think it's important. And I think we're all focused this year to do that. So the more eyes we have on the content, the better I like it. Thank you for bringing it. I
Thank
will
you.
certainly be voting for it.
Thank you.
Representative Griffey?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Representative, for bringing the legislation. And I support the idea. I have some concerns, and my concerns are what burdens is this going to place on some of our local LEAs, and particularly some rural counties where I'm from. I've had some concerns expressed to me. Have you spoken with the school superintendent's organization and see if they have any inputs or thoughts on the bill?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that. Actually, the gentleman who is over our school superintendents was by my office today, and this has been a bill that's been out for a couple of weeks now, and there was not any mention of that. So I have not heard any feedback or any opposition on this.
Thank you.
Chairman Reagan?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll clarify that on behalf of the representative since I helped work on this bill. The LEAs are already responsible under Tennessee Code Annotated for creating curriculum. This representative's bill is just requiring them to put it online where it can be publicly viewed. The curriculum that they create must be in accordance with the standards that the state school board passes. So this gives the public, and in particular parents, the opportunity to see that that curriculum is in fact fulfilling that requirement, as well as being informed about what their children are studying.
Representative Griffey?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In light of that, so it's my understanding in my local school districts, they already put the syllabus online, but they don't have every course. So are they going to have to scan every bit of material for K through 12 and put it on a website for parents to review, or how's that going to work?
I'm assuming you're asking the bill sponsor, correct?
Correct.
Representative Carringer?
No, this is not going to require that to be done.
Does that answer your question?
Well, then how does it get published online? Who's responsible for doing that task and making sure what's going to consist of the curriculum, and how's that curriculum going to be put in an online format for parents to access? That's my question.
Representative Carringer?
Thank you, Chairman. Sorry. Well, I believe that is what would go back to your school board members to decide.
Representative Griffey, does that answer your question? I do have a question from the chair. One of the things that we have a problem with across government is when we put the word shall in there, there's no enforcement mechanism to this. We are running bills, I believe Chair Lady Moody has a bill, and Chairman White has a bill that is going through committees right now and has an enforcement mechanism in both of those. That the Commissioner of Education finds that an LEA knowingly violates this section, then the Commissioner of Education shall withhold BEP funds in the amount determined by the Commissioner. That kind of language is starting to appear in our bills to have an enforcement mechanism. This is a very short bill. Is there any type of that enforcement mechanism in your bill?
Not that I am aware of, and I'll, as far as I know, it's not, and that would be really going really big if we had something like that on there.
Chairman Reagan?
Thank you. Let me help the sponsor out. It's probably not a secret that she's carrying the bill that I wrote. It is a Class C misdemeanor anywhere in TCA for you not to follow it, so there's already a potential there. But more importantly, the enforcement mechanism would be the parents and the public filing complaints, which could go all the way up to the state school board. And that, I think, would be a motivation for the LEAs to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to. Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we're ready to vote on House Bill 210. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? If you want your name recorded as a no, see the clerk. Representative Carringer, you're on the full committee. Thank you for your time. Members, House Bill 429 has been taken off notice. Anybody have anything for the good of our committee? Motion to adjourn? We're adjourned.